I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Right
Go. But so tonight we're going through the qualification stage, and it's 4 questions. We all know these questions. We've heard these questions. We've heard me say it before too, many times.
I can't right now. Can you bring it?
It's the why question. It's the money question. It's the timing question and the commitment question. Okay. So in order to assess motivation level, it's important to ask those 4 questions. Okay. Now, other people will say, but Justin, when do I ask all the questions about the house? Like, does it need repairs? And, have they rented it before? And what is their payment? And what's the monthly rent in the neighborhood they think? And when do I ask all this stuff? Because that's not in the qualification stage. No, you're right. It's not. Because none of those things are important in reference to their motivation. Right? Not really. Okay. That's more like facts about the house and the property itself. Their motivation, their human motivation is tied up in these 4 questions. So you want to determine their motivation level by asking these 4 questions. If it's a 6 through 10, great. You can go into the closing stage, visit with them more about the property details if you want, talk longer. Why? Because this is a person that's motivated. Now I want to talk about more details. But they don't deserve me talking about the details until I've proven that they qualify. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. You'll spend all your time talking about property details with an unmotivated homeowner. What good is it? Okay. You guys catch me. You know what I'm saying. All right. So why, money, timing, commitment. Let's break these down on how do we ask the why, money, timing, and commitment questions. So let's just take them one at a time and go through there. And I want to suggest a few things, and I want to take some suggestions because we have some experienced players here tonight. And how do you guys ask these questions to determine motivation? So let's talk about the why. How would we ask why? Here's how you've heard me ask it. I'll just go ahead and volunteer the first one. You've heard me ask it like this. How long have you lived in the place? And why would you be wanting to sell it to me today? Or something like this. Why? Why? Why is it important that we know why, first of all? Somebody tell me. Why is it important that we know why?
Why is the motivation? Why is the real motivation? That's the question to deep dive in the motivation. Dive deep in the motivation, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to make an offer to them. Hopefully, if they're motivated, hopefully you're going to make an offer to them later, and you want to make an offer to them that meets, that satisfies their motivation. Otherwise, you might as well blindfold and play darts. If that makes sense. And that's what a lot of investors are doing. They're just calling people, hey, would you be interested in a lease option? Oh, you wouldn't? Okay, bye-bye. Click. Okay, they don't even know what that is. So qualify them, but find out why. This is going to be important because later you're going to make an offer that answers the why. It fulfills the why. It satisfies the longing in their hearts. So what's another way we could say why? We could ask the why question. What's another way? Anybody have an idea?
What's wrong with the property? I mean, there is something wrong. Why is from the picture it looks so nice? Why you want to leave?
Okay, that's a way you could ask. Absolutely, yeah. Let me volunteer another one. That's a good one. What's most important to you in the buyer you sell to? I like that one. think about that one for a second. What's most important to you? Okay, we just got through the agenda. Let's just recap that. Yeah, Mr. Homeowner, I'm an investor. My name's Justin, and I saw your property online. I wanted to call you, ask you a few questions, let you ask me a few questions, and if it's not a good fit, you can just fire me or tell me no. Is that okay? It is? Okay, wonderful. Great. I guess we should start here. What's most important to you in the buyer that you're going to sell to? Do you think that question might open him up a little bit about what he needs from a buyer? Okay. You might find out why that way. Okay. How about this one? If you could get everything you wanted from my offer today, what would my offer need to include? Is that asking why? Is that going to solicit a why? Yeah, Mr. Homeowner, let's just start here. If you could get everything you wanted from my offer today, what would my offer need to include? Is that a way to break into it? What do you guys think? You guys are quiet because you've never heard some of these before. I've never shared some of this with you. What do you think about some of these? What's the response?
Excellent.
Let's role play. Somebody be the homeowner. Somebody was going to say something. Who was that?
I was just saying these are great.
I love that one. If you could get everything you wanted from my offer today, what does my offer need to look like?
Well, that for me does look like more on the price section when you ask like how do you come up with that price, so or the commitment. So if my offer will, if you could get everything you want from me from my offer today, what will my offer will be? Will need to include probably down the road on the commitment section.
Yeah, you certainly could use these later in some other sections of the conversation. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I assume here, and I'll say something like this. Has this been a great rental property for you? See, I want to buy a great rental property. Oh no, it's not a rental property. I live there, and it's a setup for, well, okay, you live, why are you selling? Why not just rent it out then? Okay, so I'm starting to dig deeper now. I hope you're picking up on that. So I might need to use a couple, 2 or 3 of these in combination with each other, right? So I may start out that section by saying why, what's wrong with the property, why you want to leave, and they may have an answer for me, and then I may follow up and say, okay, I see. Well, has this been a great rental property for you? Oh, no, I never said it was a rental. Oh, okay. Oh, you said you live there. Yeah, okay, well, see, I want to buy a great rental property. That probably wouldn't be a great rental property, would it? Okay, do you see what I'm doing there? I'm just digging a little deeper, trying to find any kind of sense of motivation here in this person. I want them to open up to me and say, yeah, man, we're trying to get out of here because of X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay. Okay. So later on in the closing section, I can say, so see, if I solve X, Y, and Z with this offer, is this something we can go ahead and talk about doing? Oh, well, yeah. Why wouldn't they say yes? Why wouldn't they? Some of my students have remarked that they say when it finally dawns on them, they're like, it's crazy. We understand now that you get deals because you give the seller like everything they want. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. When I make my offer, it's later in the conversation, but it matches the motivation because I took time to find out why they wanted to sell. So I know why they want me to buy. Does that make sense? I know why they want me to buy, so I know what to make my offer look like. So that's the why. Let's anybody else got another one real quick?
Yeah, I've been trying it like um yeah, I've got some pictures in front of me off Zillow. It looks like a beautiful property. You don't really want to sell that, do you?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Opposite direction. Yeah. Make them justify their position. See, I love it. I love it. See, that's a ninja type maneuver, man.
Why don't you list it with a realtor?
Yeah. Why not just if you want top dollar, why not just list it with a realtor? Okay. So if you're looking for script or looking for some cheat sheets, then write down a few of these ideas that will help you dig. I do want to point out that during the why stage of this qualification stage, you don't forget to bond with this person if they open up to you. If they open up to you and, oh yeah, we need to downsize because the kids, they're all grown up now and we're living in a big old house and all that. And okay, are you just going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about the money. Is that how you do that? No. See, if I open up to you and I tell you something intimate like that, oh yeah, see, me and my wife, we need to downsize. The kids are all grown up now, and we need to, kind of get out of here. Wouldn't it be nice if you listened to me enough to say something like this in return? You know what, man? I kind of went through that myself a while back, and it can be tough. You feel like you got a little of that empty nester syndrome going on, or like you miss them? Like I took a second out of my day to listen to what he said and respond to that. This is a bonding moment for me. Okay? This is important. Remember, they need to like me. And they need to know that I understand why they're wanting to sell. Right? And this is all part of that. So bonding, got to remember to bond a little bit. You always have an opportunity to bond in this part of the why right here. When they give you that first or second reason why they want to sell, don't forget to bond. Yeah, my cousin. Let's just say they said, the reason why I want to sell is I got a job transfer. I work for the railroad and I need to move to Montana. Got to be there in 90 days. So I need to do something with this house. If I can't sell it, I'm just going to rent it out. But hopefully I'll find a buyer. Oh, man. He gave me a lot of information. So I'm going to not forget here to bond. How would I bond with that guy? Somebody, how would I bond with that guy? I'll tell you how I would bond with him. And then somebody else demonstrate. Remember, he moved to Montana. He's moving to Montana because he got a new job. He's got a railroad job. And he's got 90 days to get there. If he doesn't get there, he's going to want to rent it out or something like that. I need to bond with this guy. But I don't work for the railroad. Never been on a train. And thirdly, never been to Montana. So I don't really relate to this guy. How do I do it?
Well, sounds like a short amount of time. You got a lot of things to get done. Tell me, are you going to be able to handle two mortgages, two payments? Is that going to be a problem for you?
That's a masterful way of doing it, Ed. Masterful. Yeah. Here's what I would have done. Mr. Homeowner, I've got a cousin, which I don't, by the way. But I've got a cousin that just got transferred like that a few states away, and he had to leave his house. Man, it worried him to death. Like he was biting his fingernails down to the quick, worrying about that empty house back home. Are you signing up for something like that, or what's going on, man? You said you're going to rent it out. You're cool with that? Okay, I might have said something like that, but kind of similar to you, Ed. Yeah, kind of similar.
Yeah, that story, that's got to tell a story.
Yeah, I got a story about a cousin I don't even have. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know my cousins. Hell, I probably do have a cousin that just moved recently. I don't know. Give me some time. I'll look around.
Yeah. That's the story you heard. Hey, oh yeah, I heard, he wasn't there for 2 months and they got into his house and they stole all his stuff and they broke the walls and it was a real pain. He didn't find out about it for 2 months because he wasn't there.
Oh my gosh. I got a cousin that had the same experience, and in fact, he didn't even have the money to fix the place back up, and so he didn't know what to do, and that thing sat there empty for 6 months until grandma bailed him out. You're not having any kind of like scary problems like that. It's not that bad, is it? You see what I'm doing? I'm relating to him, right? I'm making him like me because I'm listening to him and I care, right? But I'm kind of relating it back to the whole topic of real estate still. And I'm getting more information every time he says something. I'm learning more about him. So this is what that bonding does. It makes them like you. And good job, Ed. Ed, you're a master at that, man. You're dangerous. So don't forget to bond right here in this why. And then also don't forget that this is more than just one question here. You might need to ask some more follow-up questions. And we just listed out 4 or 5 or 6. So you have some bullets in your gun. If you need to dig a little deeper, just pull out one of those pre-canned questions that we just mentioned and dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. All right, let's talk about money. How do we ask the money question? Got to ask the money question. How do we ask the money question? Does anybody have a recommendation on the money question? Here's how you guys have heard me ask the money question before. All right. And then we're going to come up with some, not Monday question, money question. What are you asking for the place and what's it worth? Is it worth what you're asking? That's what I say a lot. I don't know why, but that just flows out of my face. I can't stop it. That's my favorite way to ask the money question. It's important that we talk about money because they want to talk about money, right? What's another way we can ask the money question? Does anybody have a money question that they can find out? What's the money question going to tell us, first of all? What's it going to tell us when they answer this question?
Their bottom line, their position on the house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to tell us if this is a cash discounted kind of deal or if this is a no equity pretty house, lease option, or maybe some other kind of no equity strategy. Usually this is going to tell us what kind of deal we're going to have to pitch because based on their expectations, right? Maybe owner finance. So we get an idea. Is this an ugly house or a pretty house? That's one thing we get. Also, another, we get the expectation of, are they looking for cash? You know, all up front, just close quick, you know, maybe to a retail buyer. Okay. What do we do with that? That's probably a C lead. Okay. Maybe I just fire them in the middle of the conversation. Okay, so we're going to learn a lot here from this money question. So we can't skip the money question. What's another way we can ask this question?
If I was going to bring a bag of cash over to your house and drop it off on your porch today, how much would I have to have in it?
Ooh, I like that.
That's compliments of Alan Ryan there, ladies and gentlemen.
You're too kind, man.
I stole that one.
That's from Justin and the founder of the Gut Sales Method.
Yeah, that'll work. If I had a Brinks truck and I parked it in your driveway right now, how much money would have to be in it for you and me to do a deal? Yeah, that sounds like somebody who's been doing it for a while. They're comfortable with asking the question. Okay. I like that too. I like to say things like that too. Well, but it could be just as easy as, what are you asking for the place and what's it worth? Is it worth what you're asking? You asking for what it's worth? You know, like, how did you come to that number? That's another good follow-up question. You know, how about that? How did you come up with that price, number, etc., whatever it is?
Did you get it appraised?
I'm just going to write down the Brinks truck with some asterisks next to it because that's a long one. I don't know if I can type it all out. Say it again, Alan.
Did you get it professionally appraised?
Oh, okay. Did you have the house professionally appraised? Okay. You didn't? Why? Dumb turtle face. Why? And then I might go back to this one then. Well, then how did you come up with that price number? Okay. All right. I'm just digging around. I'm just poking around. I'm looking for painful parts. I'm looking for your painful parts. I want to poke them.
So,
That sounds bad. Don't tell a seller that. How about this one? What's the ballpark range you're looking to stay within on this? What do you think about that one? See, they got a price right there on Zillow, but you're ignoring that and you're saying, okay, what's the ballpark range you're looking to stay within on this? I see you're asking 100,000 on Zillow, but what's the ballpark range you're looking to stay within? What are you asking for? You're asking for a major drop in price without saying, hey, can you lower that price and take a haircut for me? Right? Oh, your prospect is very weak. Oh, you have found your enemy's weakness. They are weak, and the Jedi mind tricks will work. What's the ballpark range you're looking? Well, I've been asking 100, but I could probably come down to like 93. Whoa! We just made $7,000 in the deal here out of nothing. Maybe we're on to something now. Okay, so we're starting to sense some motivations here. Okay, all right, possibly now. So this is all good. Anything else we can add about the money? You might want to jot a couple of these down if you need some cheat sheets. Anything
I'm
else?
looking to do something today. Like, what would you need to get out of the house realistically?
Yeah. What would you need to get out of the house realistically? I like that one. I love that it ends with that word, realistically. Right here would be a good spot. Let's see. Mateo was cracking on me for putting this one in the Y department, but it will fit in the money department. If you could get everything you wanted from my offer today, what would my offer need to look like? That's not a bad one to throw in the money slot here. You could do that one. So there's lots of options here on asking about money, right? That's kind of what I want to open our minds to. Just loosen up a little bit. There's not just one question that you can ask. There's quite a few here. Any other ones we could write down or mention? That was a good one, Alan. All right, let's talk about timing. Timing. Why is it important that we understand timing? And what do we mean by timing?
I want to know if you can do business today or not.
Yeah. Are they wanting to do this next year, next month, today, after they have an open house this weekend, or after they visit with their realtor sister-in-law that's coming in from out of town, or what's going on, right? Timing. How about this? I'll start it out. Here's how you've normally heard me ask this question. I'm kind of in a hurry to buy something today, but you probably aren't in any hurry like that, are you? And the dumb turtle face again. Are you? Okay. So that's how I ask the timing question. I want to find out if they want to do something today. Okay. What's another way we could ask? Anybody got a volunteered question here? How about this one? If you wanted to move forward with me or my offer today, or let's not say today, if you wanted to move forward with my offer, how much time will you need to consider things? What about that? If you wanted to move forward with my offer, how much time will you need to consider things, Mr. Homeowner? Somebody, a light bulb just went off, because this question is a setup to prevent what from happening later?
Get ghosted.
Getting ghosted. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. If you wanted to move forward with my offer, how much time will you need to consider things? Oh, till tomorrow? Oh, great. By your own words, you say tomorrow? Wonderful. Tomorrow I can wait. I'll wait till tomorrow. If you think that tomorrow you'll know if we have a deal or not, and you'll let me know. Because remember I said I'm kind of in a hurry to buy something today, but I can wait till tomorrow. Any other way we can ask this timing question? Come on, this is tough, guys. This is a tough one, but nobody's ever asked you to be creative on the timing question before, I'm certain. So let's get stretched in our creativity muscle here and come up with a couple more great timing questions. And then we got commitment.
When would you need to be out of the home, and when would you like to close?
What do you think? I like it a lot. Ed, that's a classic. When do you need to be out of the home? Okay. What if they're already out of the home? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if they're already out of the home? We just rephrase it. Yeah, when do you need all this wrapped up and done, closed up? When do you need all this off your plate? Whatever. Put it in your own words, right? All of it works. What's another great question? That was a great one, Ed. What's another good one? Nobody has another good one? Okay. All right, we'll skip forward then.
Hey, we're looking to buy some homes in your area, and we're looking at a couple, but we like yours best.
Okay. Okay.
When would you like to sell it?
Oh, that's a great one. I'm just going to write that one down. Because how simple can you get? See, we overthink it, don't we? We get real overthinking it. Like we're trying to come up with something super witty. Like almost like it's a girl. We're in high school and it's a girl and we're not sure what to say. So we're trying to come up with something super witty and it just comes off dumb. Well, at least that's what happened to me. I don't know. Most of you guys are probably, you guys are probably smoother than me, but no, I wasn't too good at that. So write some of those things down if you want to write some of those down and get a little cheat sheet going. Let's do the last section here of the qualification stage and talk about commitment. Commitment. What can we say about commitment? What is it that we're asking for here? What are we wanting to know with commitment? Someone help me out.
We have a deal.
Do we have a deal? What do you mean, Ed? Elaborate a little bit here.
Do we have an agreement on a price that you'd like to sell the house for, and we can move forward?
Yeah. Yeah. What is their commitment level? Okay, we just talked about timing. What if he said, yeah, he's interested in selling the house as soon as he gets an offer that's suitable for him, he'll take it. Oh, okay, wonderful. What other commitment do we need? Are there other commitments here that we need to talk about? If you can't get the guy to commit, where does he fall on the motivation scale?
-1.
Yeah, on the low end. See, that's the difference here. Is I don't want you to pitch lease options or anything to everybody. I want you to pitch it only to the people who are willing to make a commitment, that they'll listen to it and they'll understand it and they'll give you an answer. That's it, right? A commitment. That's how these guys that say they have 93% closing ratios, like they close 93% of everybody they talk to. And the reason why is because they only talk to people who are motivated and ready to go. They don't spend their time talking to anybody else. Kind of smart if you think about it. Kind of. All right, so commitment. We're looking for a commitment. What kind of commitment are we looking for? How about this? Man, I'm not a typer tonight. Who is the decision maker? Who else will you be making this decision with? That's another way of asking. Besides yourself, who else needs to weigh in on this? Why is this such a powerful question that sets up something else, prevents something else later on from happening? Why is this important? What does it prevent?
Because you get the answer to later when they say, "Oh, I have to check with my wife, my dog, or my pastor." So
Yeah. Let's just get that out on the table right away. Because if I get all the way to the bloody end of this, and I've got you on the hook and everything, and then you're gonna get off the hook by saying, "Oh yeah, I'm really interested in this, but I'll need to talk to my wife."
Mm.
Oh well, okay, that's the wild card. Woo! He beat me now. Yeah, that's only because I didn't set him up earlier in the conversation. Because see, if he needs to talk to his wife, then I need to find out when is she available. When is he going to talk to her? Is this something that we should all talk about together? Because I'd like to set up an appointment for that. Okay, instead of him using it as a get out of jail free card with me later on. Okay, so commitment is very important. Claude says it like this: can he make a commitment? Okay, if he can't make a commitment, then there's no sense in pitching. Right? What are you going to do? You make a friend, maybe. Big deal. Okay, he can't make a commitment. This is a C lead right here. He can't make a commitment. All right. If he's interested in what you're talking about, maybe it's a B lead, but you got to follow up with him after he's talked to his wife. So it's not an A lead we're going to close today. Okay. That's okay. Maybe we just turn him into a B lead. Maybe we do. Or maybe we can get the wife on board for real and we can turn it into an A lead. So, but this is a great place to flush all that out before getting all the way to the bloody end and having them throw that get out of jail free card.
I asked that question about who else is making the decision. They're like, yeah, just me, no one else. But when I send the contract, all of a sudden, I got to get my attorney to look at it. I'm like, well, where did this come from? How do you get around that?
Yeah. Well, right here in the commitment, you'll just want to add that question, which we can do right now. That's great that you brought that up because that does happen too. You're right. And they'll say, oh, well, I need my attorney to look at the document before I can get it back to you and sign it. Okay. Well, this is after you've already sent the document too, usually. The document's sitting right there. So they hold all of the cards.
Son of a gun.
Right? How do we not let them hold all of the cards? How do we not let them do that?
I mean, I put an expiration date, but then they replied to me after the expiration date, like, oh yeah, I need more time because this happened with my family. I'm like, Do I just fire you or not?
Yeah. You fire them. That's what you do.
Okay.
But then you write them down as a B lead.
Straight out ask him, you wouldn't want to do business today, would you?
Yeah.
But my attorney still hasn't looked at it because XYZ happened in my family.
We'll send
So-
it directly to the attorney, huh?
So we're going for here at this stage. What he's referring to is over here, more like. Let me share screens in a different way, real quick. Okay, this is where he's referring to in the conversation. It comes up a lot in this right here: confirm, change, close. Okay, just start making it a habit that at least right here in the commitment area, or right here in the confirm, change, close area. Either way, whichever you prefer, but somewhere it needs to be addressed by you to the homeowner and ask them the questions, who's the decision maker, or does anybody else need to weigh in on this? I ask this question a lot, okay, and I'm sorry if people haven't picked it up, but I ask my prospects this a lot. I'll say, hey, is there, if I'm getting that far with them, I'll say, hey, there's no attorneys or accountant brothers or realtor friends or anybody that needs to weigh in on this, is there? Okay, so you flush out some of that by being a little bit more specific. Okay, a little bit more specific. That's all. And if they say no here, it's going to be hard for them to bring it up again later and say, oh, well, yeah, I actually did have an attorney. And okay, you have an attorney? Okay, man, are you just trying to tell me no? Would you like to just tell me no? Because you said you didn't have an attorney earlier. Now you got an attorney. Have I done something wrong or scared you in some way? Because I certainly didn't mean to. It feels like this is dying and you're breaking my heart. Is this relationship dying on the phone, man? Okay, so that's how I play that, right? But getting the commitment, see, this is so important. We think it's not because it's such a little thing, but man, it can really, really, really affect your ability to get paperwork signed. You're eliminating their excuses here, right? Eliminating excuses. Anything else we can say about commitment?
If I can.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, maybe after you ask, besides yourself, you could say, I understand you have the authority to sign for this, but is there any other third party that you'd have to consult with?
Well worded. Perfect. I love it. Anybody else got an idea? Commitment.
What's going to happen if I put this in writing?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. What's going to happen if I put this in writing and send this over to you? What happens next? Oh, well, if it's a good deal, we'll sign it. You mean there's there's nobody else that needs to weigh in? Your wife or partner or your accountant or a lawyer or whatever? What happens next after? It's important to know. It's important to know. Okay, and because after this objections thing here at the end, after you go through, if you qualified them and they pass the motivational level test here, and you get into the closing section, you want to be able to talk to them after you get off the phone again, because you want that second appointment. And what's happening a lot is we're not getting that second appointment. We're not getting the follow-up paperwork done, so it falls apart in the follow-up. And some of that has to do with what we're doing right here in this stage with the why, the money, the timing, and commitment, especially the timing and commitment. Okay. It's important for them to understand that you're relatively in a hurry. Okay. I say that every call, most every call. I'm kind of in a hurry to buy something. Might even buy something as early as today. You're probably not in a hurry like that, though, are you? Okay. So practice some of these questions, write some of these down, create some cheat sheets, and you'll have a little bit more smoother ride through this qualification stage. So let's talk about it now. We've got the why, the money, the timing, and the commitment, and the motivation level. Now we need to determine where are they on a scale of 1 to 10. How motivated? Is there a need or a greed? If there's no need or greed, they're a 1 through 5. What do we do?
Hang up.
Yep, get off the phone. Fire them. They are not your prospect. If they are a 6 through 10, what do we do?
Go to the closing.
Yep, you go into the closing section.